Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. No, I'm not making another Stella. This bag was a beast to make, but I am making a Trailblazer bag by Bagstock Patterns. It's a Trailblazer backpack. This is so adorable. We have this little zipper on the flap. You can put coins in, money in, whatever. Flops up. You have a big slip pocket right here. Let me put you down a little bit. Big slip pocket, tons of room. Awesome. You have these two pockets you can put water bottles in and baby bottles, whatever. Turn it around. You have the two adjuster straps, so you can wear it as a backpack, and they are also removable. But you also have this awesome slip pocket that you can put over the handle of one of your luggages. So, you know, your adjustable handle that goes up and down, you can put that so it sits on your luggage. But we do have another zipper right here, another pocket. I got a little wonky on my zipper making. I got a little crazy. It's all right. This one's for me. I'm not too concerned with it. And then this was my first ever, I don't know why I have such a hard time unzipping this. It's gotta be me. But the lining, I did one side plain with no pockets, no nothing. And the other side has a zipper pocket. So if you want to see how I put this bag together, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Well, not thanks for watching. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making the Trailblazer backpack by Bagstock Designs. This is my first one ever, so this will be a bit of a not a learning curve, but it could be troubling as I go on, and I'm going to stop the camera quite often so I can refer back to the pattern without you just sitting there watching me read the pattern. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Hopefully my plan is to make an intro video when I'm done making the bag. So hopefully I did that and you've already seen what it ends up looking like. But I'm gonna go ahead and just jump into it. So we have 5 strap connectors that it had us cut out. Two of them we're gonna do a certain way, and 3 of them we're gonna do a different way. And then I have 2 short straps, which I've done in this pretty pink purpley plaid color. And then I have 2 of the backpack, technically long straps, that I've done in vinyl. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of these since I have a full bobbin. Get my iron over here. All right, so that's what we're gonna do right now. I've already taped all these down the center. I drew a line and put a 1/2 inch double-sided sticky tape down the center. So I'm just folding all of the raw long edges towards that line. Oh, and before I get too far ahead of myself, this is like a cotton canvas type fabric I found at Joanns. So it's a little bit thicker than regular cotton quilting fabric. I did interface it with Woven Fuse 2, which I bought from Barb's Bags Got Interfacing. You can go to her Facebook group if you would like to check out some more. I think the website is gotinterfacing.com. I'll be sure to put a link below in the description so you can look that up if you're interested. But yeah, this plaid stuff I found at Joanns. And all of the plaid I interfaced with Woven Fuse 2. Now the side panels, when I get to them, I'll show you. For the side of the bag, I interfaced, they're vinyl, and I interfaced them with Decoville Light. The pattern says you can use foam interfacing. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm sure there's certain bags, I've used it in the everyday tote, and I do like it in that, but there's just certain bags I just don't like to use it. I don't know, it's just me. So like I said, this is my first Trailblazer I've ever made, so I'm kind of going with the interfacings that I like, kind of hoping they work. If it turns out and it looks like crap, I'll use foam interfacing next time. I'll learn my lesson. But All right, I just have all those raw edges folded into the side. I'm gonna go ahead and fold in my raw edges for my short strap also. And then I'm gonna pause the video really quick just to double check to make sure I'm sewing those strap connectors just right. I don't want to seam rip, so you guys won't notice the difference, but I'm gonna pause it. I just don't want to have to seam rip. So I'm gonna do these real quick and then I'll do that. So it has been so hot here lately, and I got called back to work, so I had to go back to work. And of course I work in a factory, so it's already hot in there as it is. And then yesterday was so miserably hot, it was awful. And then I got forced to work over, so I had to work 12 hours yesterday. What a way to bring someone back, right? I think it was just so hot and no one wanted to work the overtime, and someone called off, and yeah. Of course, I was the bottom person, so I had to be forced, and that's how it goes sometimes, I guess. Today's my day off. I went to the gym this morning, got that out of the way, and now I'm making a bag. And then I'm gonna chill out in my chair, watch some YouTube later on and Netflix, and have a good old time. All right, quick pause and I'll be right back. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. I'm gonna go ahead and do my vinyl also, get it all folded, and then that way we're just doing all the stitching all at once. I know I could have done this off camera to save time, but I mean, if you don't want to watch it, you can always fast forward. I won't be upset if you do. I mean, I do it too because I've made so many straps, I don't really need to watch them being made, but I'm sure there's some people out there that's never made a strap, so why not just keep it in the video? And again, I drew a line down the center, and I'm just folding these long edges down to that line using the double-sided sticky tape. And I'll do it to both straps. Okay. So when I was in that shower just a little bit ago, I was thinking, sometimes I get to making bags and I just get to doing what I'm doing and not really, I don't know. I'm not used to talking to people, I guess you could say. So I get kind of quiet sometimes, and I feel like I should talk more. I mean, I always try to talk, even if it's just stupid stuff, but I feel like, should there really be that much silence? But I mean, you can only talk about so much. But so I guess something I could talk about. A few years ago, when my son went to basic training, I decided to go on a weight loss journey. I wasn't extremely overweight, but I was definitely bigger than I needed to be. I knew it. I was letting myself go, eating junk, and I can't blame it on my son going to basic training. I guess I wasn't getting at that, but you know, your baby's leaving the house for the first time. It makes you sad and depressed. You just don't care. I don't know. It was kind of dramatic, but the main thing that got me going was he had to do his training and all of that. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I paid to have a trainer, and I'm sorry. Really quick, I'm gonna fold this in half and just top stitch down each side. So I paid for a trainer, and I thought, well, that will be my motivation to work out and actually do what she tells me to do. I'm just turning my speed down, sorry. So anyway, I did, and then I really busted my butt, and I lost 20 pounds, which for me is a lot. I'm only 5 foot tall, so 20 pounds is quite a bit for such a small person. And man, I got down, I was fit, I was toned. Let me turn this up a little, it's kind of slow now. And then I started having neck and shoulder problems. I had a disc replaced in my neck, so I slowly stopped going to the gym up until I had the surgery. because every time I went, I was just in so much pain and I couldn't work out the way I used to. And I got mad because I actually do like working out. I enjoy it. It takes a hot minute to motivate myself to get there, to physically drive there, but once I'm there, I love it. So anyway, after the surgery, it was a month before I could even think about doing any extra, you know, whatever. And I still have pain to this day. But I'm taking these, I'm getting shots, and those are helping. So I'm like trying to hit it hard again back at the gym and trying to get back down to where I was. Because I did gain half the weight back. I gained back 10 pounds. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh my gosh, this girl. But really, it's a lot. It's a couple pant sizes up. Just to 10 pounds. I'm just so short, and apparently I gain it all in my waist. I don't know. I wouldn't mind if I gained it, you know, in my butt or my boobs or something, but oh no, of course. And like a dum-dum, when I lost all the weight, I thought, well, to keep myself motivated, I'm going to go ahead and throw away all my jeans that are too big for me now. That way, you know, I have an excuse. I have to keep going to the gym because I got to stay in this size of jeans. Yeah, that I didn't expect to be having surgery and, you know, everything go on that went on. So that kind of bit me in the butt. And all my jeans are extremely tight, and I've had to buy a couple new pair, and I'm like, this is just not good. I should have kept my old jeans, but I can't take it no more. I have to try to get back down to where I was. These shots I'm getting are really helping. So, and I have a friend at work, a coworker, that is also doing a weight loss diet journey deal, like a challenge with someone else. And I told him, I said, well, if you want to do the workouts with me, I'll make sure we do a lot of cardio type stuff. That way you can really burn some calories. And I'll mix in, you know, some workout type, you know, weightlifting, whatever. So it's a male. He's been doing it with me, and it's going really good. I've only lost like a pound. Not that big of a deal, but I can already tell I feel better. I have more energy. It's just nice. So I guess it's not like anything exciting to talk about, but that's what I have going on at the moment, is the gym and work. And if anyone watching goes to the gym, you'll know what I mean when I say Tabata. I think that's how you say it. T-A-B-A-T-A, I believe. T-A-B-A-T-A, Tabata. It's like an interval thing. You do a really hard, I don't know, like burpees for 20 seconds, and then you rest for 10 seconds. And then you do burpees again for 20 seconds, and then 10-second rest. You do eight of those different little, you know, sessions or whatever. Those are kicking our butts right now, but I love it. It's so nice. You just get so sweaty, and you just feel like you're actually accomplishing something in a way. But yeah, so I've been kicking my butt at the gym, and it feels good. It's great. All right, all I'm doing right now is taking 2 of these and making sure that those raw edges I folded in are against this flat side of my D-ring, and I'm just folding it together, lining up those edges, and then I'm just sewing like a box, basically. Try to get as close as you can to the D-ring and sewing all the way around. That's what I'm doing right now. And I'm gonna do that to 3 of these, and then I'm gonna do something different to the last 2. my interfacing isn't sticking to my fabric very well for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I didn't leave my iron on long enough. Okay, those are driving me nuts. Gotta cut them off. Okay. So let's see, what else can I talk about? That was my gym talk. There's just not really a whole lot going on right now because I've been working full-time again, and that's just kind of what's going on. All right, that is what that looks like. If you can see my stitch line, it's like a big rectangle I stitched. We're gonna do that to 3 of them. And I probably should have made one of these before doing a video on it, but I think with being able to stop the video, since it's not a live, I think it'll be all right. That way I can read the directions really good to make sure I'm not messing up. All right. This, we're just gonna need some clips, I believe. And same thing, we're going to, the raw edges are right here that we folded up, put the flat part of our D-ring there, and we're going to fold it like, if you can see that, fold it like this, and then fold the other end in to match it, so it matches right there, and your D-ring is going to be up here, if that makes sense. And then I'm just going to clip each side so that doesn't come unfolded. We'll be sewing this onto the bag here after a while. Again, raw edges are up. The flat part of the D-ring is up. Fold this kind of sort of toward the middle, and then the other end will meet up with that end. Okay. All right, now we gotta, let's see, yep. Now we gotta stitch our short straps, and then I'll end up pausing the video again to see what we're supposed to do next. Now, the way I read the directions, I don't believe I have to make an edge that's, you know, folded under and like not raw, because if you can tell, the edges are raw. Sometimes you're supposed to fold them down and then in, that way you don't have any raw edges. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I don't think I have to do that, so I'm going ahead and just doing it like normal with the raw edges hanging out. I think they get sewn into the seam allowance, the way I read it. Of course, when I stop here and go back and read the directions, then I'll find out. If I did it wrong, I'll seam rip off camera and then redo it and show you. Or not, or I'll just do it and then it'll just be my mistake. Let's cut this off before it falls off the table. Okay. Okay, just about. All right, we'll go ahead and pause and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Fixed it, we're all good. I went ahead and grabbed my other one, and I'm gonna lay my bottoms next to each other just to make sure my straps are in the right spot. They are, they line up nice and straight and beautiful. This one you can see my dots. where I had to seam rip. Luckily, it's going to be covered in the seam allowance and stuff. But anyway, this is why I didn't read ahead far enough when I looked at my directions. But this is why I don't like to pre-top stitch, I guess you could say. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't remember if it even told me to or not. But that's my problem, not yours. It wants us to take one of these, not the one that we folded the edges in on, which I still have the clips on, but just one of the ones that we matched these raw edges up to. We're going to put it right in the center and baste it on, and then we're going to do this box stitch thing also. Let me double check. I'm sure it's just the one on the back. A back connector. Yes, the back. So one of these is a top and one is a back. They're both the same size. So go ahead and figure out which one is your back. Sorry, I am just double checking to make sure I had it right. You should still have your snip. When I cut out my pattern, I laid, because it has a fold that you got to put it on. Well, I just lay it down and I put these little dash lines where the fold is, and then I flip my pattern piece over and line it up. And well, anyway. So that's how I get my center mark already. So I already know where it's at. So I just want to center this on that and baste it on, and then we're going to do this box stitch like we just did on the straps. So I got to hold this upside down here so I can make sure I got it centered. Clip it so don't go nowhere, and then off we go. Didn't really need the clip too much. Okay. Go ahead and clip that already because it'll drive me crazy. How far up is this? This is just like the other one. Okay. Which is the same. Okay. Okay, then we gotta do it at 1/4 of an inch. I'm not being exact, I'm just sewing. That's so bad. I should try to be exact, but well. Okay. So that's what the back looks like. We have this little D-ring, everything's good. Seems a little flimsy right now. I don't know if I really should have put any interfacing on it or not, but I thought it's vinyl, I probably don't need to. I guess we'll find out. You'll find out with me if that was a mistake. Next, we're gonna do our exterior front panel flap. I mean, guys, seriously, look at all this stuff. All of this is gonna go into this bag. It is insane. Okay, I'm excited though. Oh, see, I need magnetic snaps and I did not grab those. So once again, I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna get all my crap together and we'll get on with the next step. All right, I'm back. I think I'm ready now. For now, at least. All right, next up, we're gonna get our lining piece, our front flap lining piece. And you can look at the measurements that come with the pattern to figure out where to put your snaps, or on your pattern piece, there is marks that you can mark when you're tracing and cutting and all that. I went ahead and used the pattern piece to make my marks. And now I'm gonna take one of my washers, if I can pick it up, and just place it over that mark. And mark where my prongs go. Okay. And I'm going to do that on both of these Decaville heavy scraps because I'm going to put those in between the washer and my snap, and you'll see when I do it. I don't like to iron it onto anything, especially waterproof canvas, that wouldn't work. I just feel like you can see it through the material when you iron it on, so it's kind of best to just put it in between. Okay, so I'm just poking my holes where the prongs are gonna go. I'm gonna do it on here as well. These are a little bit harder because they're so small. I wanna cut myself. All right. We're going to use the male snaps that has like the little, not pokey, but the little part sticking out. The male snaps, and insert it through the right side of your lining. All of my lining I'm using waterproof canvas, so I did not interface anything. It's kind of stiff enough on its own, or thick enough, I guess you could say. And I've never tried, but I don't even think that interfacing would work, because I think the iron would melt the waterproof canvas before the interfacing would even stick. So, all right, come on, there we go. All right, and now before I put my washer on, washers on, I just want to put my interfacing on here as well. I'm just kind of cutting it down so it doesn't get caught in my seam allowance. Doesn't really matter what it looks like. Okay, so here's one. We'll cut this one down really quick. And there's two. And now we will put our washers on. I'm gonna fold them out. And I was gonna use duct tape to cover these, but I don't think it'll stick to this waterproof canvas. I'm not sure. I mean, whoops, I forgot to put my washer on. Get back here. I mean, I could try it. It's not like I'm gonna use that much duct tape to figure it out, but. I mean, we can give it a try. I already got it out. Let's see. Yes, I used my teeth. I don't know. We'll put some on the other side. See what happens. If it falls off, it falls off. Flip it over and kind of push it down. All right. Next step. I'm not sure if I should give the measurements or not, just because I don't want to give anything away. I want you to be able to purchase the pattern to get all of these, but it gives, okay, this is my front flap zipper pocket lining. It is longer this way. No, it's longer this way than it is this way, okay? So this is the shorter and this is longer. This is our top, and on the wrong side, we're gonna measure down, it looks like 7/8 of an inch, and we're gonna do a 7.5 inch line across. And you're gonna have about 3/4 of an inch on each side. Can you see? It's like a rectangle. I started at the very top, and if you've done zipper, sorry, my dress is kind of low. If you've done zipper pocket panels, you usually start down more. You don't start at the top, but she does like a weird little, I don't know. It's kind of cool. We'll see it here in just a second how it goes. But then she has us on the right side of the exterior flap pin the top long edge of the lining, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm gonna pause it again really quick because I just read all that and it sounded like I understood it, and then as soon as I got done reading, I was like, now what? So I'm gonna pause it. 1 second. Okay, got it. Sorry about that. I really don't want to mess up and have to seam wrap. I really, really don't. Okay, we're gonna take our front flap, just like this. This box we just made is right here that we just drew. We're gonna center it on top of our flap. I'm gonna be a rebel and eyeball it. I would suggest you measure. And for some reason, my dimensions are off from what hers say. I swear I printed it out at 100%, but my dimensions are off for some reason. So I'm hoping it turns out in the end. I get the gist of it all, so hopefully. But all right, we got your right sides are together, okay? The right side of your flap and the right side of your lining. Here's our box that we just drew. We're going to stitch on these lines that we just drew, just all the way around, all 3 sides. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I have my stitch length at a 3.5. I think that's probably okay. Go over a little bit more. Okay. Again, a little bit more. Okay. I'm so sorry if you can hear my chair. It's stupid squeaky. All right, it has us measuring over from the stitch lines in 1/2 inch. We'll do that and make a mark. I don't know if you can see it, but I have a mark right there. And now we're just going to draw. I'll use my ruler so it's nice and straight. We're going to draw a line from that mark we just made down to the corner on both sides. So go ahead and do that. All right. That's what that looks like. Then we're going to cut on that mark. Do not cut through your stitches. I don't know if these scissors are sharp enough. Oh yeah. Okay. Now that's what that looks like. Okay. Next, I hear this is kind of hard. I've watched the videos. We'll see. What we're going to do now is kind of flip it around, but we want to match up. This is going to be hard to show on camera, considering I've never even done it before. See, that was wrong. There we go. All right, we're going to flip it right sides out. I'm going to put a clip right there in the middle so it'll stay. Roll that seam as best as you can. Okay. Go over here. One more clip. And then it seems odd, but if you start in the center like I did and just start clipping, it works out. Like right now, this is what it looks like because we just folded it. We're just gonna kind of pick it up. It's just hard to do on camera. Ugh. You just want it to look like a U. Okay. Okay, it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. That looked like a really difficult part. Whew. All right, that's what I got. Now we got the wrong sides together and the right sides are out. I'm pretty sure we top stitch. Let me double check real quick. No, we need to put our zipper in already and then we stitch. Okay, well, you're gonna have to watch me do my zipper because I just don't want to pause the video again. Is that bad? And I haven't even picked out what color zipper I want. I got some new zippers from Lauren at More Me Know. Ooh, that's not right. So I thought about using one of those, but I may just use black because, look, that's red. I think I want to use black. Do I want to use black? Do I have any gray? I don't have any gray. Well, that stinks. White would probably be better. We'll go with white. Ah, goodness. All right. See, if this was live, you guys could have helped me figure that out. All right, and before I forget, this is a zipper jig, or some call it a zipper genie. This is what it looks like. I bought it off of Amazon. It has these little prongs that we slip our zipper heads onto to help us put our zipper pulls onto our zipper. All right, and it says, put your 8-inch, okay. Let's get some zipper out here and then cut it down to size. So, right here, I can always trim it down after I put it in, hopefully. Okay. I don't know if these bigger zipper pulls are gonna work. Sometimes they just don't want to fit right. And I'm just using this lighter to kind of singe the edges of my zipper, or sometimes they fray. So that's the only reason I was doing that. Let's see. Yeah, it works pretty good. All right. Let's go ahead and put that away. I think there's an interior zipper I will be getting to eventually that I'm gonna need to get that thing back out again for, but we will get there. We will get there. Left, blah, blah, top edge, put it together. So, okay. So, 1/8 of an inch. Oh, okay. Sorry, just making sure I had it right. All right, now we have our vinyl or our flap, basically, right side up. We want our zipper to close to the left. So we're gonna lay our zipper down and we're gonna match up these edges right here. Let me go ahead and just do that. And then I will pin it, or clip it, sorry. We wanna match up this U-shaped to the edge of our zipper. And I'm gonna have to move all my clips because they're gonna be in the way. But that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna sew. This, I probably could have used tape. That would probably be a good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and use tape. Whoop. Let's keep this shut. I think it'll stay better. Bear with me. We're learning together here. All right, now I'm gonna put the tape on my zipper tape. Close as I can to that edge. Awesome. Whoa, don't want to use those scissors. Okay. I think that will help. Me and my squeaky chair. Oh my gosh. Okay. Goodness. All right, I'm just gonna peel some of this off. Not all of it. I don't want it sticking all over the place. Okay, and I just want to line it up. I'm going to kind of get right up in here in it here. Are we good? Yes. Okay. There we go. Bear with me. This will work, right? Okay. And then that one. We're a little close. Ah, the joys of bag making, huh? All right. Okay. And okay. Whew. All right. That's what it looks like. We're gonna go ahead and basically just top stitch 1/8 of an inch right next to that fold that we made. I'll go ahead and do that and show you. I'm sure a zipper foot would probably be best right now because you can really get up and close. But I'm not wanting to change it out, so I'm not going to. I probably should, but I want to live dangerously. I feel like I'm too close to the zipper, but I'm just going for it. Just gonna do it. Okay, get rid of that. There's that. Sorry, just readjusting a little here. I hear a vehicle in my driveway. I'm surprised the dog isn't barking yet. Maybe it's UPS. Maybe I have a package. Well, if you hear barking, it will be my dog. I don't know. No one's come to the door. It sounds like they're leaving. Whew. Okay. Awesome. So there we have it. I really wish I had a gray zipper, but oh well. There's that. And now it looks like we fold up our lining. So flip it over. That's the right side of the lining facing up. I'm just going to fold it up and match it up to this straight edge and pin it. So let's go ahead and do that. I am honestly surprised my dog did not hear that vehicle. That's crazy. My little killer over there. All right, is it, oh, nope, okay. I'm just checking to see if I have to stitch it. Nope, just the, well, I do actually, but first, we folded it up. It wants us to stitch the sides of the pocket. So we're gonna fold this out of the way, this front piece. We're gonna fold it out of the way and just stitch down these short edges of our zipper pocket. So some of that tape is kind of stuck. There we go. All right, I am going to do that. I'm gonna back stitch over my zipper just to make sure. Okay. Now see, you can't see anything on the exterior because we flipped that out of the way and I just stitched down the side. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this other side. Back stitch over your zipper, back stitch at the end. Okay. Let's clip all my threads. It looks like it's having us do a top stitch across the top now. Yes. So we're just doing an 1/8 of an inch top stitch. Not top stitch, but basting stitch kind of. Let's move that out of the way. We'll zip it back shut. Okay. So there's that. Beautiful. Then we're going to put both of them together, flip them right side out, and then we're going to top stitch. So this is where we want our lining and we want our front. And we're going to put this in the middle, actually. Put them right sides together. So all you see is the wrong sides. And I'm going to stitch from this side just because it's a little bit bulkier. I don't want it on the bottom. So line up all your edges. Okay, I might have to pick mine up here. Come on. I'm not the only one that talks to my sewing, am I? Okay. Come on. Okay. I'm pretty sure we don't want to stitch across the top because we need to turn it right side out. Leave the top straight edge open. Okay, and it says use a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. I think I'm going to stick with a 1/4 of an inch because it printed out smaller than 100%. So yeah, I'm just going to stick to a quarter inch. And I am stitching through just a little bit of that pocket. I don't think it's going to hurt anything because we don't want the pocket floating around inside there anyway. So I guess we'll find out in the end if I'm right or not. Okay. It says to trim also. I'm just going to trim just a little on these curves just so it folds out a little better or turns right side out a little better on those curved edges. It wasn't even much. I just trimmed it down kind of 1/8 of an inch away from the stitch line. Go ahead and turn it right side out. Sorry, I'm so sorry if some of the stuff I'm doing is off camera. I feel like it's, I don't know, in a good spot. I don't know. Now, my zipper, I can already tell, is a little too long. I didn't cut it shorter, so you can kind of see it. We're gonna top stitch, so I don't wanna pick my seam out because that's vinyl and it just weakens it. So I'm just gonna go for it. But I'm thinking I would highly recommend cutting your zipper down after you've put it in, just for that reason. So maybe this is a what not to do video. Hey, and if it turns out weird, you know what? It's a bag for me. It's not for a customer. And I have no shame in carrying these bags around. So I'm all about it. You know, I went through all the work to make it. I'm going to show it off. Even if no one, you know, gives me compliments, I don't care. I like it. If any of you watched my previous video, the Stella, it's like a big duffel bag type bag. This fabric matches it. And I'm going to put the pocket on the back that you can put over your luggage. I keep wanting to say strap. Handle. You can slip it over your luggage handle so it'll match my duffel bag. So if we travel, then I'll have like a matching set. That's kind of what I'm going for. Okay, we're going to top stitch all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and just go straight across the zipper, I think, first and get it out of the way. I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch across the zipper. I guess I'm doing 1/8 of an inch around all of it, but I still have to sew something else to the zipper. So that's kind of what I meant. I want to keep it close to the edge. This will be interesting. Whew. I mean, I'm not worried about what it looks like in the end because you know our first one usually ends up looking kind of cruddy anyway. I mean, am I right? Okay, I'm just checking to make sure it's all good. I have it unzipped. So that's what the inside looks like. That is the outside. And that is the zipper. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it just so I can make sure I got all the right pieces. And maybe I'll even adjust the camera just a little bit so you can see when I'm doing stuff up here, you know what I'm doing. 1 second. Okay, I think this angle is a little better. You can't see my sign that says what bag we're making, but if you made it this far into the video, hopefully you know what bag we're making, and it's gonna be in the title also. So I'm not too worried. My little sign, I guess, is more for when I do live videos. That way, I always get asked a lot what bag I'm making during the live videos. So the sign is kind of helpful. I just dropped my ruler. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add our, kind of have a headache. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go ahead, I'm losing myself here, and add our other sides of our snaps. So same way, the pattern piece does give you a spot that you can use the pattern piece to mark, or it gives you dimensions, how far up from the bottom and stuff to go. Again, I can't do the dimensions because mine printed off at the wrong, at the wrong size, because my printer's a dummy, or it's operator error. That's probably what it is, but anywho's, I'm gonna go ahead and make all, this one's really big. Let me find a smaller one. I know, I'm being difficult. This one's smaller. Okay. All right, cut all our pieces. Not cut, but just, I know you can't see probably. I would try to make sure I'm covered. I know my dress is a little low, but it's so warm. And then just working out today, I want to be comfortable. So sorry. I'll try to make sure, you know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and insert my snaps on the right side of my fabric. Come on. There's one. Go ahead and do the other. I just had to look up. I couldn't remember if I hit record or not. I was like, man, I'm probably sitting here talking to myself. Come on. There. Jeez. All right. Put our Decaville Heavy. And then washer. Pull those posts, legs, whatever you call them, out. Cut this one down a little bit. It's kind of big. Hook it on there, get our washer, put it on there. That's what we got. And I'm going to go ahead and throw some duct tape on it. Flip it over so I can really stick it down. I'm assuming it should stay. I don't know why it wouldn't. It's just woven fused interfacing. Okay, the front slip pocket panel. I don't know if I said that, but that's what you're doing this to. If you follow the pattern and the instructions, that's what it tells you to do. Then you're going to get the front slip pocket panel lining piece, and you're going to put those right sides together. So this is what it looks like. You got your snaps up here, right sides together. So this is your top, and you're going to sew across the top only, and then we're going to flip it around. Let me just double check. It says 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Again, I'm going to do 1/4. So, and I can't even tell you what percentage is printed out at. I have no clue. I swore it was 100%. But definitely, if you're going to, try to follow along with this video, I would definitely have the pattern pulled up beside of you to refer to, just to make sure you're doing it correctly. All right, go ahead and just sew that top edge. Okay. My bobbin, I hear it spinning. I bet it's getting pretty low. And then it says 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to fold that out, roll that seam. I suck at this. I wonder if that helps at all. If I line up the edges. Maybe, maybe not. It actually did kind of help. Okay, we're going to do a top stitch, but we're also going to baste all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more clips, keep it from shifting. This one looks like it's off. 1 second, either I cut it wrong or I just didn't fold it good enough. Right there is where it should be. Let me put a clip in. Yeah, it looks about right. Woo, squeaky chair. Goodness. Squeaky, 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 squeaky. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this other side. And we are going to stitch around the whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the top. And be careful to make sure it's nice and straight, because you will see it when the bag's finished when you open your flap. So make that stitching pretty. I'll raise it up to a 4. Just take your time. Go over one more. All right, and now just 1/8 of an inch basting stitch all the way around. Okay. there's that. And now we're gonna go back to our, nope, not yet. You're gonna get your exterior bottom panel piece. Mine I did in vinyl. Up here's the top. I tried to write on them so I would know which way was the top. Excuse me. And then we're going to line up the bottom edges. And we're going to sew all the way around except for up here. We want this to be like a slip pocket. So we're gonna sew these 3 edges. So let's start at the bottom here and start clipping. Mine is not exact, but it'll all be hidden in the seam allowance. It'll be fine. I'm not worried. I am kind of curious what kind of package got delivered though, because I about guarantee that was UPS or something. All right, 1/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way around these 3 sides. That's what we have. You have a little, like 1 inch, I think it says, extra in this big pocket. Now go ahead and get your flap, snap it together. I hope this works because I didn't double check. Okay, whew, haha. I like it when something works out because usually it doesn't. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and make sure it's straight, which, I mean, there's not much I can do about it if it's not because it is what it is. But we're gonna baste it on with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. I'm not gonna pin it, maybe I'll put one in the middle, but we have it snapped, so it shouldn't go anywhere. It says go all the way across, so there's not really any reason to, but I'll start a little before. Okay. Set that back up, still good. So there we have it. It opens, and it's a slip pocket, and it's a zipper pocket when you open your zipper. How cute. Out of habit, I always open that to the center just because. And now you're gonna get your exterior middle panel, which is gonna go right here. We're gonna go right sides together and sew that, I believe at 1/8 of an inch. No, not 8, I'm sorry, 3/8, which I'm not because we all know why. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip this using the Wonder Clips because they're good and strong. Get this zipper out of the way here. Okay. A couple more, hang on. Cut mine a little bit long. All right, and we're just gonna sew that onto our piece here. Honestly, I don't even know if you could do 3/8 of an inch. That would be really close to your zipper. You're basically putting the other end of your zipper on, so you just don't want to sew through your zipper teeth, I guess. But try to get as close as you can. Maybe that's why they said 3/8 is like as close as you can. I don't know. Either my material is a little stretchy or I cut it too long. That's all right, I can just trim it off. Okay. And then we're gonna top stitch this also. So that's what you should have right now. And when you flip it up, that's what it'll look like. And we're gonna top stitch that. I know we're gonna top stitch, but I just wanna double check anyways. Okay. Go ahead and top stitch. I just don't want to tell you wrong. I just gotta double check. I'm leaving this seam up and folding this up. That way when I top stitch, I'm stitching through that seam. That's what we're doing now. Just take your time so it's nice and pretty. Now this is gonna look funny. There's gonna be an awful lot of white showing because I was too lazy to get my zipper foot out. But again, I'm probably the only one that's ever gonna notice it, considering I'm the only one that's ever gonna use it. Ah, why didn't you guys tell me I was out of bobbin? I gotta do it all over again. Well, at least it was just top stitching and it wasn't like on vinyl, so I won't have any marks. All right, let's try that again. One more time. That time it worked. All right, like I said, you can see more of the zipper tape up here than you can down here. I'm fine with it. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. It is what it is. Next, we have these two things we did, remember? We do not want the one with the D-ring. Nope. You want the one without, okay? This is what we want. We want it to look like this. We gotta fold it down. Well, probably doesn't matter now. Have it. We want two right sides together. This is what it's gonna look like, okay? Flop it down. And we're going to pin it up here, clip it, whatever you wanna call it. Since we're using clips, we'll call it clipping. Okay. I wonder if these will hold good enough. I mean, that's like perfectly flush. I can't even tell. Okay. We'll use a clip where those straps are. And we'll use another clip. What the heck? Okay, it seems off a little for some reason to me. Whoa. All right. That's what we got. Pretty sure it's gonna say 3/8. La-di-da-di-da, blah, blah, blah. It does not say for some reason. Yep, there it does. Sorry, just making sure. All right. I'm gonna back stitch over those straps when I get to them. Make sure that zipper pull is definitely out of your way. Okay, and then we're gonna top stitch. We're gonna flip it up. We're gonna leave that seam pointing out and flip it up, and then top stitch on this part of the fabric. So it's gonna be a little weird. Actually, I think we might actually top stitch on the fabric because it doesn't want to fold because of these straps. So, yes, I was wrong. We want this seam to poke under. And we're gonna top stitch on this skinny part, not the vinyl part, or whatever this is called. What is it called? Exterior top panel? Yeah. Top stitch on this fabric part right here. Make sure it's nice and straight. My dress was getting in the way. I'm just tugging it on a little so it's not like all puckery, and so it's all even. Okay. This is awesome. How awesome is that? I love it. And then this opens. Now we can leave, well, I can't just leave it closed. It'll drive me crazy. All right, pause the video and get my next pieces ready and then come back and we'll do the back panel. Okay, so the next step is to get your back slip pocket panel. It would be the exterior. And then you're gonna get your lining also, back slip pocket panel lining piece in the directions, which I have this on here wrong, but in the directions it has you put this zipper box. If you've ever made an interior zipper pocket, usually you do it on the lining. That's how I've always done it, but it wants you to do it on this part. You don't have to. You can, I'm doing mine on the lining part. And this is how you're gonna lay your pieces together when you're ready to sew. Your back slip pocket panel lining piece is gonna be hanging off the edge of your exterior, okay? But I have this on here wrong. This is the wrong side of my waterproof canvas. I wanna flip it over so it's like so. I did my measurements different, so I'm not even gonna give you what my measurements are. I want you to follow the pattern. I am an inch down. Let's find the center here. Okay, this is my center, make a mark. Friction pen, it'll come out. I'm gonna go down an inch. I guess I need to make my center mark on here too. And that's where I'm gonna lay my piece, my lining. We are right sides together now, your lining and your exterior. Whoa, I haven't even made my zipper yet, but this part we can do. I'm gonna fold this up and clip it, basically so it all stays and I can pick it up and this doesn't move, it's where it needs to be. And what we're gonna do is just stitch around this box. It gives you the dimensions and the pattern, so please refer to that. We're going to stitch all the way around here, and then we're going to finish our zipper pocket. Let me go ahead and pause the video to double check to make sure everything's good. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, sorry, I know I keep stopping and starting it. I just don't want this video to be like super long, so I feel like if I stop it, then, you know, whatever. It's just gonna make it a little bit shorter for you guys. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and put my zipper pull on. And then I'll finish up. I think I did the wrong side. All right, not that there is a side, but let's try this. Come on, why aren't you going in? No, the other one worked just fine. What is up with that? I honestly don't know. It may not work. This is so weird. Like, I don't know if it's a zipper tape I bought or what. But you just seen me put the other one on, same exact zipper tape, and it went on perfectly. And now it wants to be like a butthole. Oh my gosh. Same exact zipper tape. So I'm gonna use these. I mean, look at the difference. One's a little smaller and one's chunkier, but they're the same number 5 zipper pulls, both of them. And I can guarantee you this one will work just fine. Irritating. Look at that. Frustrating. Anyway, I don't know. I think I got a bad batch of zipper whatever. I know it wasn't the zipper pulls. Those are from Lauren at moremeknow.com, and her pulls are awesome. So, I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't her pulls, but I don't think it was. I've never had a problem with her pulls before. Okay, so this is where I left off. I'm just going to sew this box. Okay. Sometimes I don't sew these short edges, and sometimes I do. Most of the times I do not, but for some reason, I guess I felt like doing it today. Okay. And I can tell by looking at this that it is way crooked. I mean, not really bad. Maybe not. I guess it isn't awful. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to cut down the center here. I'm just gonna use my seam ripper to get it started. If you trust yourself, use a seam ripper. I feel it's easier to get my scissors in there if I've already got a hole started, or a cut, whatever you want to call it. Now don't go all the way to the end. You want to cut to your corners when you do this. See, I stopped about there. I'm just going to cut to each corner and I'll show you when I've done that. These scissors are turning into crap, and the only time I ever use them, pretty much, is to cut these. So weird. So that's what I did. I just cut to the corners. I don't cut through your threads. All right, we'll take these off because we don't need them. I'm going to use a little bit of steam from my iron just to make this a little more bendable because waterproof canvas would be kind of stiff. And then we're going to turn it the right side out. So I'm over here using steam, don't mind me. I'm just out of the frame for a second. I think the steam is working. Okay, it's gonna make me work. I just kind of fold these edges. Oh, my iron wasn't hot yet. It was sitting there cold. That would be why. It does look awfully crooked now that I'm looking at it. Maybe not. Well, if it's crooked, it's just gonna have to stay crooked. All right, turn this right side out, or whatever you want to call it. Ugh. I should have just paused the video, went and steamed our waterproof canvas. That's all right. I'm making this look more difficult than it really is, honestly. So, sheesh. That's what we want. We want to turn it to where the wrong sides are now, whoops, now facing each other. I am going to have to pull my iron up here and use it so this will lay flatter. I don't know if you would see it or not. We want it to be nice and flat so we can top stitch around it. Just watch ironing your waterproof canvas directly. I would suggest starting on your exterior here and ironing just so you don't melt your waterproof canvas or anything. I don't even know if you can melt it. I have never tried, so. Okay. I mean, you can iron it and steam it just a little bit, but I wouldn't suggest trying to interface it. I don't think that would be good. All right. There's our back, and there's our front. Now we need our zipper. I'm gonna make sure it's kinda, I don't know what the dimensions, I didn't look at the pattern, I've just done so many of these. I'm gonna line up my edges of my zipper with my zipper pocket panel, whatever you wanna call it, and find it in here, in the hole that we just made. I don't know if you can see that. And we're just gonna stitch all the way around it. I'm thinking about making this a premiere on YouTube. I don't know yet if I will. I like to sit and chit chat with you guys, and I couldn't do a live, so I thought, well, maybe if I make it a premiere, I can still sit and talk to you guys. We'll see. I don't know. I've kind of had a busy, crazy week with working over last night and just the heat. I'll probably do a little bit of editing and then just sit down in my chair and watch my usual binge watches on Netflix while it uploads. We'll see. All right, the string's got to go. It's got to go. Aww. You guys can't see it. My puppy just woke up and he's sitting there staring at me with his tongue hanging out. Such a cute little boy. You are. You want to come say hello? Come here, over here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Oh. Say hi. You can't see him. Okay. We gotta take a break and say hi to Poppy. How's it going? Can you say hi? Can you show him how you wave? Hi. Beautiful boy. Okay, That's all the camera time you get, okay? I'm the star here, not you. Okay, you're the star. People only come to see you. All right, back to bags. Poppy is important, but we're here to make a bag. So yeah, I'll probably more than likely just upload and then me and Poppy's gonna chill out. He is right down there by my foot. Making me nervous, buddy. Making me nervous. Let's zip that all the way up here real quick. Okay. Zip it back up. Whoa, a little far. Oops. Okay. Whew. And he's back in the chair. Getting ready for his second nap. And there we have it. Alrighty then. And then it's telling us to fold this up, just kind of like we did on our flap, and we're going to sew all these open edges shut. So that is what we're going to do next. Let's see. I've got a bit of a headache. I think I've just, the sun, my workout probably, just the heat at work, just everything in general has got me just feeling blah, you know? So I'm kind of excited to finish this bag. I would just quit since I'm recording. I mean, you guys wouldn't know any different other than I might have different clothes on next time you see me on the camera, but I would just quit and come back to it later, but it's not that bad of a headache, and I am kind of excited to make this bag, so I'm just going to keep going. Now I'm just doing 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and I'm back stitching across my zipper when I get to it. Okay. So that's what we have. I stitched all 3 edges. The bottom edge is folded. We have a pocket if you want to unzip it and try it out. It works. This one can be zipped all the way shut because it's not going to get caught in anything. So next, I believe I need to get my lining piece, which should be not bad. All right, let me pause you real quick so you don't have to wait. All right, well, turns out I didn't even have it cut, so that's why I couldn't find it. So it's gonna be basically the same size as this. It's all in your pattern when you buy the pattern. All right, so what we're gonna do is right side up for your lining piece, right side down for the zipper piece that we just made. So right sides together. Mine's all wonky because of the stupid zipper, but it'll straighten out once I clip it. But we're going to sew here and here, the long edges. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin, clip, pin, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna do this side and then I'll clip the other side and do it as well. My seam allowance went from small to bigger. Tell ya, I don't know. I want to make sure this is nice and flat, but mine is definitely a little bit wonky. I'm hoping once I stretch it out and just make it work, it'll be okay, but I don't know. I may end up doing this off camera just so you have to watch me struggle through it. You know what, I'm just going to, I think I cut it too big anyway. I think it's supposed to be like right here. Pretty sure. Watch. I'm gonna go ahead and sew this without clipping, and you're gonna watch it turn out so bad, it's not even gonna be funny. I'm trying to see if maybe I can straighten it out, because I definitely, I see the pucker now. I definitely kind of messed it up. I don't think there's any way to fix it. I'm just gonna go with it, and don't do this. Follow the pattern, please. I messed it up. It's my fault. It'll be all right. I'm not worried. I'm going to follow my lining because it's perfectly straight, and yeah. Kind of adjust, straighten that out. Hopefully that pucker won't be extremely visible. I don't know. I know it looks way off because this was way off. Hopefully once we, I'm gonna turn it and see what it looks like, and if it looks good, I'm gonna turn it back out and we're gonna trim this off. I don't wanna trim that off yet until I know it's good. I'm just steaming it really quick so it'll turn easier now that my iron is warm. My waterproof canvas can be kind of a butt head to turn if it's not steamed, because it's just kind of stiff. I think this is going to be okay. I don't know why I'm worrying about it, but I mean, there is a pucker there, but I really don't want to rip the stitches out, so I'm going to just go with it. From far away, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. If you're right up looking at it, you can definitely see the pucker. I'm just going with it. You know, you learn as you go, and even being a somewhat experienced bag maker, I still make mistakes. Just like this, I know the zipper is wrong, and I should probably rip it out and fix it, but it's for me, so I'm not. But of course, if it was for someone else, I would definitely rip it out and fix it. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I just gave something like that away or sold it to someone. I don't know if the pattern even says to trim it down. I am, because my seam allowance looks kind of big, to be honest. Kind of wonky. All right, turning it back out. We're gonna roll both of those seams and top stitch them. We're actually going to top stitch around the whole thing because we want to baste these edges shut anyway. So, I know this is funky, but whatever. It is what it is. It happens sometimes, right? I really, really should fix it, but I'm just not feeling it. Okay. Let me clip all this really quick and then we'll get back to sewing. I even tried to cut this plaid fabric nice and perfect so all the lines would be good and straight, and I don't think they're gonna be in the end just because of my stitching. But well, it is what it is. Guess we'll use one of these. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go around the whole thing. The whole thing. I'm gonna do this crazy top edge first. Grr, dumb thing. Okay. Stupid pucker, I tell you. Don't you just love these what not to do videos? Yeah, it's definitely not cool, but there it is. All right, I believe we go ahead and get our exterior bottom panel. This is going to go on here, I believe, an inch from the top. Let me go double check. Please, blah, blah, blah. 1 inch from the top. Yep. Okay, where did my rule? There it is. Woo, that was loud. All right, 1 inch for my crooked sleeve. Oh my goodness. This is awful. Okay, can you see that? Like the inch is here and my sleeve is down here, but it's even up here. It's awful, awful, awful. Let me see where we're at this way. Oh, I could even go down a little. Isn't that awful? Okay. Don't do what I do. Make it pretty. Okay. This poor bag. This is the back side, so I'm not worried. All right. We're gonna baste, and because this is gonna be, they call it a trolley sleeve. So this is the part that's gonna go on your handle of your suitcase. So you want it to be all the way open. Otherwise we would top stitch this bottom piece down and it would just be a pocket. But I wanna be able to put it on my luggage on the handle. So I'm gonna leave this open. I'm just gonna baste these sides together is all I'm doing right now. So I'm sitting here thinking, you know, because I messed this up, and of course I'm not fixing it, but gosh, none of us are perfect, you know? I mean, I don't mind messing up and then posting it, just, I don't know. So you can see that I'm obviously not perfect, and I make mistakes too, and maybe in my next one I'll learn from this one. And I'll definitely maybe interface this with something different or just try a little harder on my zipper. All right, this is, I believe, yes, we put this on, and then we need our top one, which is vinyl, but I am not, so did I, oh, never mind. And then we'll put the straps on, yes. All right, just double check before I get too crazy. Yep, and yep. All right, so this is what they call the exterior middle panel. My dog's licking the steps. Okay. I'm not gonna judge. Okay. He is a strange cookie. Okay. Oh, careful now. Okay. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna leave this pointing out, flip this up, and top stitch on this fabric. I'm not even changing my stitch length. I'm just going for it. Okay. Then, so this is what we have now. Now we're gonna go ahead and get this one. This is how we want it to look. So just put it down, and we're going to clip. My dog was just standing there looking at me like he was listening. And he walked away now. He's like, whatever, she ain't talking to me. It's probably his, oh, not quite supper time. All right, let's go ahead and stitch this on. Back stitch over those straps. all 3 of them. Okay. It's getting warm in here. All right, now just like the other one, we're gonna make this fold under. We want it to point down that seam, and we're gonna top stitch on the fabric, just like we did on the front. Okay. How cute. That's exciting. I'm excited to see how this turns out. All right, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Whoa. Now I believe we go to these. These are my lining pieces and these are my exterior pieces. It looks to me like we just put one right sides together, sew across the longer edge, and then we're gonna flip it out and baste around the whole thing. That's what it's looking like. Let me double check. Yes. All right, so let's clip this longer edge. Woo. Next, right sides together. I would just throw it under there without clipping it because it's not that big of a deal. It's a small piece, but I know me. I would mess it up. All right. Ah. Okay. Then it has us flipping it. I think one of these clips has a snaggle on it. I better be careful. All right, top stitch and then baste all the way around. Let me double check. And that's what it says. Okay. Top stitch and baste. We got this. We can do this. Okay. So it doesn't get in my way. Move it out of the way. Okay. I think I completely missed the lining there. It definitely looks crooked. Oh well. Let's see how bad it is. Yeah, I completely missed it right there. It'll get caught in the seam allowance. I am not worried. Okay. Lining inside. Okay. I need to get, where are they? Where are they? Okay. These are my side panels. Let me get a drink of my drink here. Goodness. Okay. Pin finished side pocket on one of the exterior side panels. Lining side down, which is this side. Boop. Let's see. baste the bottom together with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. I feel like this is not, well, that's because I sewed it wrong, correct? Okay. It's pin 1/8 of an inch, and then we'll do the same to the other side. Okay. Your side panel is right side up, and this, whatever pocket thing, the lining side down. And we're, yep, see the other one, I sewed crooked, and I could have been nice and fixed it, but I didn't. This one lined up really good. 1/8 of an inch. Okay. This is about all the further I got when I was watching the Saya Swag YouTube channel tutorial. I think I fell asleep, or I don't know, something was going on. But yeah, so this is all the further I got. So I may be stopping the video a little bit more just to make sure I'm doing it all right. Now we just line up the sides. And we're gonna sew the sides. It's gonna be awkward and weird. I've done another bag, like what other bag does this? I'm trying to remember. Oh, the bell. Well, I just made the Stella bag not that long ago. Let me trim this down. I like went wacky jack on here. I believe it was the bell bag. So you know the Stella bag, if you watched my previous videos, it's like the duffel bag. That one kind of has pockets like this on the exterior also, but they're not as far out and like, I call it poofy, whatever you want to call it. I'll show you here when I'm done clipping it. But I think the bell bag, B-E-L-L-E, bell bag, it has the more poofed out pockets, kind of like this. You see what I mean? We're gonna stitch down, I believe 1/8 of an inch. It just says, okay. But that would be one that has pockets like this too. The Stella or the Bell, I think. Well, either way, the Stella has pockets on this side, kind of like this. I'm gonna go ahead and stitch across the bottom because I'm lazy. I don't want to pull my threads and start over. So I'm just gonna do this. Okay. I like these pockets, they're nice. You can get bottles in there, like water bottles, and it's easy because they're already like poofed out. You don't have to like, anyway. So let's go ahead and do the same thing to this side. I would just pause it, but I mean, if you don't want to watch me do it again, really, you can just fast forward. It's no big deal. It happens. I don't really think or expect anyone to like watch every video I make like through the whole thing. I know sometimes it's just kind of boring, or you're like, okay, I know how to make a zipper, get on with it, you know? Or am I the only one that does that? Am I rude? I don't think it's rude. But anyway, okay, let's do it again. Should be getting low on bobbining, I think, sometime soon here. Well, okay, still going. I think I'd be able to tell by now what it sounds like when I run out. All right, now we have 2 of these. What do we do next? All right, I'm gonna pause it so I can read it. 1 second. Okay, really quick. We're gonna take 2 of these. And this is how we want them. There's like a left and a right one, okay? I know they're identical, but just this one's your left one, this one's your right one. Measure up 1/2 of an inch and make a mark right here, and 1/2 of an inch and make a mark right here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut from here to here. So it's gonna be like a diagonal. I'm gonna go ahead and do that I should probably mark a line, but it doesn't seem like it's too big of a cut. So that's what you want. And then we're gonna cut from here to here. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. All right, then you're going to grab your back piece, and that is the one with the little extra D-ring up here in the center and with my funky whatever zipper. And you're going to measure up from, from here 1 inch and make a little mark. Can you see my little tiny white mark right there? And measure up from this edge up 1 inch. And this is why I said you have a left and a right, is you're going to put this at that 1 inch, and it's basically going to line up right next to your funky pocket. Mine, I think I put on crooked, so it might not be exactly straight, but that's what you want, okay? They're gonna be pointing up towards the bag. And we're going to baste those on. So I'm gonna move this one out of the way so it doesn't fly off. I don't even need a clip, I'm just gonna go for it. Baste it on. Okay. Cut my threads and then do the other side. Okay. So that is what you have. That's what we just did, was those two connectors. Next, it says attach the foam interfacing to the exterior panels. I am not using foam interfacing or anything. I think it's going to be enough. I thought about adding some Decoville light, but I just want to add it to the sides to help it stand up. I don't think I'm going to need it for here. Otherwise, I would add the Decoville light now, just a one big piece. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. But I'm not going to. Pardon me. Anyways, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna add any Decoville light. I think it'll be all right. Everything else, it seems to be going fairly smoothly. I mean, this kind of went crazy, but I think it'll be all right. So yes, next in the patterns, it has us putting foam interfacing on the backs of these and on the backs of these. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna pause again really quick to move on with the next step, and we'll get right back to it. All right, I am back again. All right, the next step, since I'm not adding any foam interfacing, is we're gonna go find the center and do 1.5 inches down. And I did that, and I kind of put a little mark down that shows where the exact center is, and then this line is 1.5 inches down. We're gonna take these strap connectors that we made, and you got this side that has the raw edges. You want that pointing down, of course, and you're gonna butt up this D-ring. Move your D-ring, fold it flat. That flat edge, you want to butt it up right up to that line we just drew. Make sure you eyeball it, make sure it's nice and straight, and then we're going to sew a box. We're going to sew it onto here. First, I'm going to take and use a tiny bit of tape to keep those edges down. So they don't, so they don't move or slip around when I'm trying to sew this together. So that is the only reason I'm doing that. I'll do it for this one as well. And they've been sitting long enough with those clips on them that they kind of just, I can see where they're gonna bend, so I kind of know where to put the tape. I just drank a little bit of pop and it's like stuck in my throat for some reason. All right, so your raw edges are gonna be facing down, and this, fold your D-ring out of the way, and this folded edge is gonna be flush with your mark. I'm going to cover it up just a little bit, that way just in case my mark doesn't rub off. You will see it anyway. But just make sure it's nice and centered. Okay, eyeball it, make sure it's straight. If you really wanted to, you could measure it to make sure you're exact. And I am. There's no really good way to clip it. You can add another piece of tape if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and go straight to my machine. I think it'll be all right. Typically I would add tape. It would definitely keep it straighter, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. I mean, because that's worked so well for me so far. When I get up here, instead of, because see, we sewed across, and then naturally you would turn this way, but the back of my walking foot can sometimes scratch my hardware. So instead of turning this way and just going for it or using a scrap piece of whatever, I turn it backwards and just hit the back button and make a few stitches backwards. So that way, when I do turn it around and stitch straight, my walking foot doesn't hit my hardware. Not necessary, just something I do. Nope, that worked. Okay. I am doing the one box and that's it, I think. Nope, it looks like the pattern calls for one stitch box as well. Yep. Okay. That's what that looks like. We'll go ahead and do the other one, same exact way. This time I'll just use a little bit of tape, just so you see, you know, it being done two different ways. You're putting the tape on the edge that has the raw edges folded together. Peel it off. I'm actually going to stand up so I can see this a little better and get it just right. Okay. That's what we have. Make sure that's folded out of the way. All right. Hey, buddy. Same thing. Get as close as you can to that D-ring. Don't sew over it. Okay. Whoa, watch it, Bubba. Okay. Cut our strings. All right, and that's number 2. In the pattern, now it says to add all of your rivets. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll show you one, but I'm gonna do all of them off camera just because if you've seen one, I mean, it's no different for the rest. But I'm gonna probably put 2 on each of these, 2 rivets. And then all of our other strap areas, like this would probably get 1. I don't know what it shows in the pattern, but maybe 2 here since you made the rectangular boxes, but then put some down here on the edge also. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, get all of my rivets done but one, and then I'll show you the one and then move on to the next step. Okay, so I am back. Normally I would use this leather punch. It has a small hole. Got it off of Amazon. Again, if I remember, I'll put it in the description box below. But I can't get to these pieces inside with it. It's like not, doesn't have a big enough throat space. So this is a crocodile that I got a long time ago when I used to scrapbook. Sorry, put my hair back down. It's hot. But anyway, I mean, it leaves a bigger hole. It's not, I would not recommend using it to make the holes. But again, since this is just for me, I'm just gonna do it. It really gets in there. I'm just making the holes really quick. And then we'll put the rivets in. Right there. And I just guessed, but I went 3/4 roughly up from this fabric piece, and I marked a line across, and then I kind of eyeballed where the center was. So I don't know if you can tell, but I made like an X, and that's where I'm poking the holes and putting the rivets. I did put 2 rivets in these side things, and I'm just gonna put 1 in each of these of their spots. So basically what I'm doing is, I've always done it this way, it's just me, but from the top I put the longer rivet, I don't know if you can see it, the one with the post, I put it through the hole, and I put the shorter one, oops, on the back, and then the longer piece goes down in the rivet press. I don't know if there is a right or wrong way, but that's how I've always done it, and then press, and it works. And so there's one. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and put all of these in, and then when I go and rivet, I'll just do one right after another, and it'll go really fast. Okay. So the long goes down, so I basically just fold my piece over here. Make sure that D-ring's out of the way. Press. And press. Okay, and that's those 3. I am not done with that yet. I still need to poke the holes in the strap connectors, but let me go ahead and do this really quick. And then I'll do that also. Okay. Trying to think if I have any funny stories of my dog lately. He's I haven't really been able to see him much, poor thing, because I've had to go to work. So he's gotten a lot of snuggles from Dad and from my daughter, who we call Sissy. So he just come in here and looked at me like I was talking to him. Yes, I'm talking about you. So he hasn't really got much for mommy snuggles lately. I guess I can use my my press for these. See, it just has the little, anywho. It gives dimensions. I think it says, oh, I already passed it. It's like a 1/2 inch in or something, centered. I'm gonna go wild and just guess, of course, what I do. I just afraid to get it too close to the edge, because then I don't want to get my rivet in the seam allowance. But I don't want to go too far in either. Who knows? Okay. Poke that through the pieces. All right, same thing, put the long post end into the bottom. Press one more and the rivets are done. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it and put all my rivet stuff away so I can keep my area clean, and we'll go on to the next step. All right, so next up is the lining. This is what we got, one big piece. We actually have 2 of them, but 2 interior zipper pocket panels. First, we just want the one. I have here it is. We're gonna go down, okay, 1.5 inches. You wanna find your centers first. I'm gonna be bad again and just eyeball it. It doesn't matter if it's up or down because I don't have directional fabric. 1.5 inches, and we're going to lay our piece on here. So that's what we have. I'm gonna fold this up just like I did the front one, and whoop, clip it so it does not move. I just haven't made my marks on it yet. So this is what you've got. And on the zipper pocket panel, the little piece is where we're gonna draw our box. I need to get a pen. This will work. I already have my center because of the way I cut out my pattern. So I want to start from my center, and I'm going to use my centering ruler. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, there's a 0 right here. So I am going to go down, let's see, 1 inch, I think. I'm gonna put my 0 on that center line, or if you make a crease, however, find your center. Draw a line across and go down, I don't know, 1/2 inch? Sure. I'm not doing exactly what the pattern says, I'm just kind of guessing. And then on the sides, I want to go in about 1 inch. This doesn't need to be a super big, wide zipper, at least not for me. So that's what my box looks like, if you can see it. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing we did on the front. We're just going to stitch around our box. This time I'm not gonna stitch the short edges, I'm just gonna do 2 parallel lines. Maybe that's where I messed up earlier and got my pleats, because I stitched the whole thing. Typically, especially here lately, I have been doing 2 parallel lines. So I just jump up where I stop and move over, back stitch. Okay, and I'll show you, of course, for those of you that are kind of new to the zipper world. Well, I have my carrying thread over here, but I did not stitch there. It looks like this on both sides. It just has a stitch because I jumped from one stitch line to the next. So I have 2 parallel lines. Same thing as I did earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and get my seam ripper and kind of get it started right in the center. Be careful not to get close to your stitches. And then I'm gonna get my purple scissors and just cut about up until about 1/2 inch away or so. And then cut to each corner, don't cut through your stitches. I think my dog needs to go outside. He keeps going in the kitchen to the back door where we let him out at. Then he keeps coming back to the door right here and looking at me like, Of course I did say S-U-P-P-E-R earlier, and I'm pretty sure he heard me say that. And that's more than likely why he keeps going in there, because that stuff is in there also. All right, now that my iron is hot, I'm gonna go ahead and steam this, and then I'm gonna flip this pocket through the hole we just made. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Hold on a second. What's up, buddy? Okay, my iron had to warm up a little bit. So I'm gonna see if I can get you over here and kind of show you what I'm doing. It doesn't look like it's a very good angle, but we got our zipper pocket up, and I'm gonna go ahead and just fold the little short edge over, and I'm gonna steam it. And then I'm gonna fold this up right where my stitch line is, and then steam it. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on these edges. Steam it. You can press it a little on the canvas side. It's not gonna hurt nothing. I wouldn't do it on the wrong side though. And I'm gonna steam it. And then I'm just gonna steam it all over really quick and then flip it through. That kind of helps it lay flat when you do turn it right side out. So that's what I'm doing right now. Gotta move over a little. There we go. Okay. Just the steam on there. I'm just flipping it up. I am pressing. Like I said, it's not going to hurt the right side. I wouldn't suggest it on the wrong. Okay. One more side. And then we'll just give it a good steam. Okay, we'll do this zipper thing and then I'm going to have to go feed my dog. All right. Flip it through. I'm sure there's an easier way. My fingers just don't want to do it the easy way. Okay. And once I have it flipped through, I'm going to take it back to the ironing board and press it nice and flat. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera so I can go feed my dog, and then I will come back. So next time you see me, which will be literally like 3 seconds, this will be nice and flat, and we'll put the zipper in. All right, I'm back. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to put my hair up. I will try to make sure you don't see anything. Maybe we can turn her down a little bit here. I don't want to flash anybody. I promise I probably wouldn't, but okay. So now we're going to put our zipper in. Get it Okay, just like we did at the front, I got it nice and well, as flat as it can get, I guess. Get it on here. I know my zipper pull is over here. I'll get it in just a second when I get back to it. I just want to get it started here. Okay. All right, let's put that zipper pull in. Straighten that out. I'm gonna zip it back up here. There we go. Okay. All right, this one looks a lot better than that other one. Look at that. Hardly, no puckers. I mean, a little bit of whatever from manipulating the fabric, but sheesh. Okay. I believe the pattern calls before we sew this on, I'm pretty sure the pattern called for us to press it like this. So when we laid it in here, it'd be pressed up, but I didn't do that because that's not how I do my zippers. So I'm just kind of doing my own thing. Cut that down. All right, this is what we have on the wrong side. The zippers to the middle. We're gonna put it right sides together, okay? And we're gonna sew these 3 edges. Leave the bottom open. We're gonna have to turn our bag through that. So go ahead and get your clips. The reason, I mean, you can fold each of these edges under a 1/2 inch if you like right now and sew them like that, and that will, it'll help when it comes time to turn in the back. We'll do that. I'll show you. I'm gonna start clipping from the top since I'm doing it that way. And now that my dog is finished eating, he's gonna wanna go outside. So I'll be pausing the video once again in just a moment. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that much. I'm just guessing. Let's see if you can, sorry, I don't mean to flash you. I am totally flashing you, oh my gosh. Okay, I just have it folded under, I don't know, 1/2 inch. I'm just guessing. Sorry for the show. It's always something interesting for some reason. Oh my gosh. If it isn't my dog, it's my boobs. Whatever. We all have them, right? Boobs, that is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Goodness. Fun times with Ren. Yay. Come to my channel. I'll show you my cleavage. Seriously, no, I won't. Don't tell people that. That's funny though. Okay. All right, clip in the top. The top always gets like whopper jawed just because of the way it's like sitting in there. I don't know. It always ends up working out in the end. It's just clipping it is weird. All right, that's what it looks like. We folded each of our ends. I mean, you could press like the pattern said, and it would just be pressed out. You would be pressing towards your lining, you know, put wrong sides together and just press. I'm just being lazy and not pressing, is all. So, flip it over, where your right side's up. Fold this out of the way and start down here at the bottom where you have your folds pressed up. And I'm gonna do 1/4 inch. Refer to your pattern for exact seam allowances, please. Make sure this top lining piece stays out of the way. When you get to your zipper, if it's in your seam allowance, which hopefully it is, back stitch. I gotta be running out of bottoms soon, don't you think? Okay, again, fold that top piece out of the way. have a long zipper pull, make sure that's anywhere to be stitched over. I don't think you could stitch over it if you wanted to, honestly. All right, sewing over that zipper again. This part is kind of nice if you do mess up or get some puckers because it's inside the lining, inside the zipper. So, I mean, no one's really gonna be able to even tell if you have like a little pucker because it's way inside your pocket. And I was thinking I had a pucker, that's why I said that, but it stretched out. It looks like a pucker, but it's not. I'm trying to hold it up here, so. Oh my goodness. Good times. All right, after that, I gotta get to my mouse over here to see what it says to do. I put it in. Oh, and it looks like it has us doing a slip pocket. I am not doing a slip pocket, so I have one side of my lining that has a zip. The other side's just plain. I'm not putting a slip pocket in it, so I'm gonna go past that. And now it says to finish the exterior. It says to draw a line 3/8 of an inch from the bottom edge of the exterior side panels. Draw a line in 3/8 of an inch. Draw a line 3/8 inch from the bottom edge. Okay, I'm assuming it's from the bottom edge in, which is, I guess, what I just said, right? 3/8. This is kind of hard to do. Does it have to be 3/8? Can I go 1/2 inch? Okay. So that's my 3/8 of an inch line. Let's do it on this one as well. Okay. What's it say next? Pin, which I don't think I have to, but we'll do it because it says to. Yeah? Is that what it says to do? I think it says to fold it in. I'm just afraid it'll leave a crease or a mark from my clip, but whatever. We'll do it. We're gonna do it. Okay, that's what I got. Blah, 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 yada, yada. Start sewing 3/8, stop at 3/8 mark, back stitch, start and stop. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the front. Move all my stuff. Okay, we got the front, and this is how the pocket goes. You wanna make sure it's not upside down. Okay, the top, the top. We're going to pin and clip, and then the pattern calls for 3/8 of an inch, and you're gonna stop at this line. I feel like I'm yelling. You're gonna stop at this line that we just drew. So start up here and then stop at that line. So I'm gonna use Wonder Clips because they're just stronger. Okay, leave that lay. Okay. I think this will turn out okay with this Decoville light. Yeah, I guess we'll just find out. We will find out. My stitch length is still at a 3.5, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it and start stitching. Back stitch when you get to any seams, just for that extra reinforcement. Goodness. Still got, okay, we're still good. All right. One more. Yes. Okay. That wasn't too hard. All right, you can see my stitch, and then I stopped, whoa, at that mark. Then it has us putting the other one on the other side. Let's open it up, see what it looks like. Oh, that's so cute. Look how adorable that is. Okay, same, make sure it's facing the correct way. This time I'm gonna be holding it this way, so I'm gonna be starting at that line. I wanna be able to see that line, that's why I'm not flipping it over to the other side. Plus this pocket is poofy, so it'd be kind of hard to anyway. Another thing I did forget to put on my sign was that my machine is a Juki DU1181N. This is way off. Everyone always seems to ask me that too. I completely forgot to do it like that this time. So, for some reason, oh, look how much I like have a gap up here. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to make it work because I don't know what else to do to fix it. So this bag is just destined to be all messed up. What the heck, guys? Just my luck today. It's not a day for me. I'm so glad I didn't make this alive. I'm sitting here thinking, do I even really want to post it on Facebook? But you know what? I do, because it just goes to show that, you know what, I'm not perfect either. I make mistakes. I'm sure I cut it wrong. I'm sure that's probably what it was. I can guarantee that's what it was. I was in a hurry and just cut it wrong. So, my bad. We're just going for it anyway. Okay. Well, I could hear my bottom. It was getting empty sounding. Oh, even though I cut it and it's off, I mean, it's still pretty darn cute. Okay, I'm pretty sure I put the other pieces on, but I am going to pause the video so I can let my dog out, and then I will double check and read the instructions, and we'll get right back to it. So I just let him out. He has a few minutes and I'll have to let him back in, but yes, this is where we're at right now. We just want to make sure that this is the right direction. Our straps are both facing the same way, and we're going to pin it just like we did. It'll just be a little bit different because you got more stuff to clip it to. Make sure your side panels are facing up so you can see that line that we drew. Make sure your D-rings for your little strap connectors are out of the way, and go ahead and just start clipping. I'll probably clip this side and sew it and then pause the video and let the dog back in. Make sure we're good everywhere. This is just something like with foam. I'm sure it's good stuff, but this is already thick enough. I just can't even imagine throwing, oh, so that's too high up. Oh my gosh, I tell ya. The foam is just so thick, I feel like it's harder to turn the bag. I don't know, that's just my 2 cents, if that means anything. All right, let's clip this one more time. Squeaky chair, back again. One of these days I'll get a new one. Okay, out of the way. And when I get down here, I'm just going to make sure that D-ring is out of the way and my rivet. Make sure it's not going to get sewn over. Okay. Whoa. And then go ahead and do the other side. And I could be off on my measurements also because my seam allowances were different because my piece got printed out smaller than 100%. I just thought of that. That is a very good chance that that's why this is so off. But I'm making sure I'm lining up all my tops even though that one wasn't. So all I'll have to do is trim off a little bit off the bottom and then it should be just fine. So yeah. Make sure your D-ring is out of the way, which mine was not. And you're not gonna sew through that rivet. A little back stitching over that strap connector. There. Excuse me. Oh, perfect. Just ran out of bobbin. Perfect timing. I will go ahead and change my bobbin. And I want to trim off this little bit of extra on the bottom since my panels were so off. Oh, that stands up nicely. Then I'll let my dog back in and then we'll get right back to it. All right, so I'm back. Everything's taken care of. One thing I did forget to do was add my, where is it at in the camera here? My handmade label, so I did go ahead and do that. Same way you would do your magnetic snaps. Made my marks. I used an extra piece of Decoville Heavy. I just figured out where I wanted to put it. You don't have to put it right here at the top. That's where I chose to put it. So I just went ahead and did it off camera, again, just to make this video as short as possible. Excuse me. Next thing we're gonna do is grab our bottom piece. I went ahead and put a mark on all 4 sides of 3/8 of an inch. That's what the seam allowance is. Like I said, I've been doing 1/4 of an inch. I'm just gonna go ahead and do what this says. Hopefully it turns out okay. We're gonna go ahead and leave the bag the way it is. Excuse me. We're gonna put right sides together. So kind of shove this in there, and that's what it's gonna look like, okay? And we're gonna clip it. Let me just shove it in here. I know you can't see any of this. I will show you as soon as I've finished clipping it. We're almost done, getting there. Okay, so that's what we have. I've just clipped it and we're gonna start and stop at the corners. That's why I put all those marks. So we're gonna start and stop at those marks that I made. You were supposed to fold your seam allowances out. If you can do that, do that. It will make it easier on you. If you can't, that's fine. Still try to start and stop on those corners. Back stitch. Make sure you got bobbin thread. That's a plus. Oh, I do not. Remember I said I was going to change that? Yeah, I didn't. So, yeah. Make sure you got bobbin thread. Whoa, okay. Came undone. Wind it back up. Okay. This would be my 3rd full bobbin. Let me put these clips back in here really quick so it doesn't slide around on me. My bad. Okay. Let's try that again. Woo. Sounds funny, but I think it's okay. About to find out. Again, start and stop on your marks. I went too far. Of course I went too far. Why not, right? My bobbin sounds funny. Give me just a second here. I think I just maybe wound too much thread on it. Let's just take some off. Okay. What you eating, buddy? You doing a good boy? All right. Let's see if that's any better. All right. Now this is what we got. We stitched on. We're gonna pick it up, and I'm gonna flip it so I can see it. But I'm going to clip across here and then sew this also. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it right here. I didn't read into detail exactly what the pattern says to do, but it reminds me of the Bounty Bucket bag, so I'm just going with that. Again, Don't do what I do. Follow the pattern. They know what they're talking about. I make things way too difficult on myself sometimes. Okay. Sounds a little better now. All right, so now we have the box, and we're gonna do the same thing to these sides. I'll move you up a little bit so you're not missing everything. Okay. I wonder if it has us make clips. It does not. The Bunny Buck bag has you, oh, that's where I sewed too far over. Huh, go figure. I backstitched, so I don't think this is gonna hurt any. I'm gonna go ahead and just poke a couple of those stitches out because they are not allowing me to do what I want to do. Maybe. Sorry guys, I could probably pause the video, but really it was just one stitch. Okay. And I got it already. So if you don't sew too far, this will lay nice and flat. Go ahead and clip. All right. I'm putting my bottom piece up so I can see those stitch or those marked lines that I made. Whoa. Okay. Same thing to the other side. It's working out wonderfully, actually. I thought maybe with my seam allowances all messed up the way they were, I'd have issues, but working pretty good. Make sure you backstitch at the start and stop. Okay. There's the bottom. Okie doke. Now we just put the lining together the same way that we put the bottom together. This is a cute bag. Okay, I'm taking those clips off that we had on the pockets. I don't really need those. That bag is thick, and I didn't use foam, and I only interfaced a little bit of the vinyl, so I don't know, I'm kind of interested in seeing how it's going to turn. Guess we'll find out. I'm pretty sure it's going to have us do a bigger seam allowance. Excuse me. Because it's the lining, and that'll be out of the way. All right, so, yep, I'm just going to take one side piece, put it on the other, clip and stitch. I think I can use these for this part, since it's not really heavy. It does want to wrinkle a little bit up there where I did my zipper, so just make sure I got it. We're good. Okay. All right, one side at a time. Follow the pattern's instructions for how big to make your seam allowance, please. I'm curious if this would work if I left the whole bottom open, right sides together. I'm just going to do the other side. If I left the whole entire bottom open, so it would be easier to turn the bag, but then try to put the bottom together through that zipper panel. I think I'm going to try it. Again, this is my bag, so I don't know. I think it'll work. Maybe I'll pause the video again and then read the instructions. I know it says to turn through the zipper pocket on the inside. So I know it says to turn through the zipper pocket. That's how we turn the bag. So I mean, if the zipper pocket's open, you can pull it through. I don't know. I'll finish putting this together, and then of course I will pause it and go read real quick. I should just follow the pattern exactly, but I don't know. Whoa. Hey, buddy. I've never done a zipper like this is calling for either, I don't think. So that might be a bit of a challenge for me also. So it's definitely a good thing this is just a pre-recorded video. So I have been at it now since about 2 o'clock and it's been about 4 hours. Yes, about 4 hours. So I have no clue how long this video is going to be. Hopefully not very long. Okay, let me go ahead and pause real quick and I will read that and I'll be right back. All right, so I am back. And yes, I do think that I can flip the lining through the zipper and then put my bottom on that way since it's thinner material. If not, I guess you'll just have to watch me struggle. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my lining out of the way. I don't need it right now because the next step is our zipper. I'm making mine a little extra long. It'll be fine. Just do what the pattern says. Cut it to the length that the pattern says to cut it. And you're gonna go ahead and fold your edges when your zipper closes. You're gonna give them a 90-degree fold and baste those so they stay folded like that. Again, the instructions are in the pattern. I will keep trying to make sure my dress is up, sorry. And I'm gonna go ahead and a little heat, a little lighter on there. Wrong side up, I'm gonna fold those edges in, matching all the wrong sides, and then just slip that zipper end on. I'm trying to go a little fast for this because it's more of a tutorial for the bag, not really zipper making. So, and I'm just, again, trying to make the video fast as I can, you know, as short as I can so it's not crazy long. I can only imagine how long it is right now. All right, this is what our zipper looks like. We have a zipper end on one end, and we have it 90 degree folded over, whatever you want to call it, on the other. Now it says, which I've already done. I don't know what clips I'm gonna need. I don't want to put them away. I have turned this right side out. Isn't it just cute? I'm so excited. I know, I'm crazy. Okay, you're looking at it. This is where I want it to close because this is where this zipper closes. So when we're putting the zipper on, this 90-degree edge, whatever, is going to be over here. Well, we need to figure out where to put it first. The directions say from this seam right here on our side panel to measure over 2 inches and make a mark, which I did. And you do it on the other side as well. Same side as the bag, just other, you know, so 2 inches from each of these panels, make a mark. Next, we are going to lay our zipper. This is what it looks like, okay? And this is where your mark is, where you want to start your zipper. This is your zipper. You want it to be right sides together. So turn your zipper upside down, and we're going to put that 90-degree edge on that, put that 90-degree edge right on that, let me move that, on that mark that we made, the 2-inch over mark. Let me get my mouse for my laptop a little closer blah, 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 yada, yada. Okay. I gotta pull my skirt up or my dress up. It's hot in here. It's not hot in here, but for some reason, anyway. Oh, I think I was supposed to do this on both sides because it says when you're 1 inch away from the mark on the other side panel, pin the zipper downwards so that it's completely out of the 1/4 of an inch seam allowance at the mark. All right, so I haven't done it yet, which whatever, you can watch. I'm gonna go ahead and get my pen and stuff out again. And then 2 inches, make a mark. Make a mark, yeah, because we're gonna let our zipper like trail off. Again, this is the only reason I haven't done the Annette handbag, which is by Swoon, I think, is because the zipper scares me. So this is my first time doing this. So if it gets too crazy, I may pause the video and do it on my own and come back when it's finished, and hopefully I don't have to do that. All right, so we're gonna put this 90° right on the mark we made. Throw a clip on it, and we're gonna go ahead and clip all the way down. I'm gonna turn it so I can see it easily. I'm gonna clip this. I just clipped my strap to my little flap so it'll stay out of the way. So of course we don't wanna sew through our strap, do we? No, we don't. Why am I even asking myself that? That's dumb. I don't wanna sew through my strap. Don't mind me. I'm just crazy, that's all. Why would I sew through my strap? That's so dumb. Okay, we're getting close to that side panel. And I will try to hold it up and show you. Okay, this clip is right at my seam. And my 2 inch mark is right here. So as I get closer to the 2 inch mark, I want my zipper to kind of trail off, not flush. Let me see if I can get you close enough. I'll sit it up and try to explain it. Okay, so right now we're clipped flush. We get to that 1 inch or that 2 inch mark that we just made, we want to trail it down. We're going to clip it, but we're going to continue sewing like normal, but this is just going to trail out of the seam allowance, if that makes sense. I know it makes sense, I've just never done it. When you are 1 inch away from the mark. Okay, so 1 inch away from that mark, I'm gonna put you back down. You're gonna start clipping it out of the way. So, of course I'm gonna eyeball it. But that's what I've got. I'm roughly 1 inch away. It says to start moving down, so that's what I'm gonna do. Now, we're going to sew it. What does it say? Using a zipper foot, which I should probably do 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, so you don't have to watch me change it. I'm gonna pause it real quick, get the zipper foot on just so it looks good, and I'll be right back. All right, I am back again. I really feel like I'm just showing you guys way too much, but anyway. All right, let me get rid of these clips. Okay, I got the zipper foot on. We're gonna do 1/4 of an inch starting up and stop, or back stitching at the start and stop. And we're gonna go ahead and start up here where this 90° fold is. I'm gonna kind of just move everything out of the way so I don't stitch on it. Maybe I can move you guys so you can see. That might help, huh? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I am a train wreck today, I tell you. Okay, I got a new phone, and that's what I'm using to film, and it has like one of those privacy screens on it. So if you're not directly right in front of it, it's kind of dark. Well, I'm not directly right in front of it, so I'm having a hard time even seeing myself to make sure the angle is good. So I'm just hoping the angle is good. Okay. And off we go. I'm doing a little back stitch when I hit that side seam. And just kind of make sure everything's out of the way. Zip my zipper. Put my foot down. Just take your time, keep adjusting. I'm trying to get down to see if you guys can see. Sorry. I know I keep stopping, but I don't want you to not be able to see what's going on. Okay. I'm gonna have to readjust. Okie doke. What's up, puppy? Okay. Now I'm at that side seam and I must have lost a clip, but right here's my mark. You can't see it. I got about another inch to go and then I need to trail off. I want to back stitch at that seam. All right, then I want my zipper to trail off, but not my seam allowance. Okay. My presser foot really tore up my vinyl there. Goodness. I don't need to fix that. Okay, let me turn you over. I don't know why my thing is so... Okay. Let's inspect it together. So far, so good. If you can see, that is where I made it go down. It is so hard to see at this angle because of the stupid screensaver. Okay. And now it says to do the same thing to the other side, which means we have to unzip our zipper and flip it around. That is extremely hard to explain, but it looks right. And I'm not even going to attempt to explain it. I am so sorry, but since this is the first time I've ever even done this type of zipper, I don't want to try to explain it and then be wrong or something. So clip this. So far it looks the same as what it does on the pictures in the pattern, which is great. Bagstock Designs did great with their pattern directions. The pictures make a huge difference. Okay. I'm pretty sure you guys can still see. I can't tell. Ugh. Go about to here. All right, now this time it's gonna be a little different because I have to actually start at this mark. So the zipper foot is so close. I can get it so close to my zipper that my zipper teeth, that I gotta really be careful I don't sew over them. I'm trying to remember where I got the zipper foot. I think it was eBay. I'll try to put a link to everything that I've used in the description box below. I have a funny feeling I may sit down in my recliner after this and get lazy and not do anything, but my intentions are to do a little editing, which won't be much, and uploading it to YouTube, so we'll see. Okay. Oh my goodness. If this turns out good, I may actually make it a net and do a video on it because I like the looks of this bag. The net has just always scared me. Now all I'm doing now is I'm going to look at, sorry, I'll move you up. I'm just looking at my bag and comparing it to the picture on the patterns, whatever, to make sure mine is the same as theirs, basically. So I believe it is. Okay, that's all I was doing right there. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down here. Place the exterior right side out, inside the lining, which is wrong side out. Okay, I think I could probably leave my straps folded down because we don't want to sew over them, correct? You can't answer me, how would you know? Okay, I think basically it's like any other bag, it sounds like. Place the exterior inside the lining. Okay, let me stand up really quick. My zipper, I want to be on this side. I'm just figuring out where I want my zipper. I'll tell you what, since I didn't put my bottom on, I can just shove it right over top here. Exterior inside the lining, yes. Okay, we got right sides together. With my seam allowances all screwed up, I have a funny feeling this isn't gonna work. Keep your zipper all the way unzipped. And I'm pretty sure sorry, I'm gonna stand up for just a second. I can move you up a little. I am just clipping the top together. I'm nesting those side seams. The pattern may call for you to open all your seams. I like to nest them. It's just my thing. So we're gonna go ahead and pin all of this, not pin, clip. I just clipped that side right there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I hope this turns out with my stupid seam allowances since it was off. I'm gonna be so mad if I have to redo something because this lining seems awfully tight compared to the exterior. So I'm a little bit worried here. We're gonna make it work, but a little worried. Okay. What's up, puppy? I think it'll be all right. Let me get some more clips. Oh. Okay, let's find those center. I have center marks from where I cut my pattern pieces out. So that's kind of nice. If I give it a little stretch, it does kind of fit together. I don't know if you're using cotton fabric for your lining, if it's going to make that big of a difference. I don't know. I typically only ever use waterproof canvas. But so far I'm liking the way this is going together. That zipper was not nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be. So that's like a huge plus for me. I really love the Annette. And isn't there like a not commuter tote, but like a bigger version, like a small version and a big version that comes in the pattern? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't even looked. I've just been afraid to make it. So this is gonna need a little finessing, I think, but I'm not gonna redo anything to make it work. I'm just gonna make it work. God, I'm awful. I'm an awful teacher. Okay, we have it all clipped. I believe I'm going to be doing a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance because that's what we did when we put the zipper on. Yes, 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Don't like that sitting like that. Okay, hi buddy. Okay, I basically know what else to do. So I'm gonna put you back down again. Okay, and I'm going to just pick this part out of the way and I'm gonna sew from the inside 1/4 of an inch. And you already have a mark there where you sewed the zipper already to begin with. So just follow that mark. And you should be fine. I wouldn't go any further. Well, I'm not going to because I was pretty close to my zipper teeth already to begin with. So, okay, we'll start in a little and then once, oh, I may have just screwed that up. I think we're all right. Okay, whew. Once I get going, I can adjust here. I'm just gonna take my time and make sure I'm following my stitches that I've already made. I don't wanna get too far off. Must be something on the steps over there. My dog's over there just sniffing the steps now. Someone had to have spilt something. I tell ya. Gonna back stitch on that seam. And when you get to anything else, like your zipper area that you folded, your 90-degree area that you folded, I would back stitch on those also. Okay. I hope you guys can see enough of this. Back stitch. I'm going to trim these threads, my beginning threads here. Okay, whew. Here we go. I hope this is right. I hope I'm not screwing it up. It's kind of off a little. Okay. Now I can see those zipper teeth, not teeth, yeah, zipper teeth. Because I left them stick out a little, so I want to make sure I back stitch over those. Nice and flat. Okay. Back stitch. All right, almost there. I don't remember where I started and stopped. Where's my, okay, up here. Here we go. Okay, woo! You guys, we're just about there. I'm excited. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, what's this piece? That's my bottom. Woo. So no, I left something out. Okay, I'm gonna put you back up again. And yep, we're still good. All right, since I didn't put the bottom in, I should be able, just kind of pull it up. Got this huge tube. We're gonna fold it back in. This is really gonna give us an idea of what this bag is gonna look like. I am super excited. I love it. The zipper is cool. Okay. I'm excited to try to zip it. So exciting. Did I do it right? Oh my goodness, I did. Okay, I need to finesse it and top stitch yet. But I did pick a black zipper only because it's gonna get dirty. So I know I have a white one on the front. I should just went with all black. But I figure if I'm gonna use it to travel, I don't want to have a white one. I just think it'd get really dirty. So this is cute. I shouldn't have zipped it. Okay. I need a top stitch, but I think it has this fixing the zipper. I wanna, oh, what the heck. We'll top stitch first. We'll go ahead and just do that. Whew. String hanging out. What's this from? Okay, I think you could go either way right now. If you want to top stitch first, you can, or you can go ahead and we can do the zipper first, I suppose. The zip. When I say zipper, I mean like so the bottom of the vinyl, not vinyl. Oh my gosh. So the bottom of the lining on, which you have to pull through the zipper pocket. That's what I'm trying to get at. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and try to top stitch. So I am gonna do a little bit of clipping, I think, just to make sure the lining doesn't move while I'm trying to top stitch, which is gonna kind of squish my zipper a little, it looks like, but I'm good with that. I think it looks good. It looks super good, guys. Now all this time I've been so worried about making the Annette because of the stupid way, not stupid, but because of the way they put the stupid zipper in. And I could have made so many Annettes and been so in love with them, and geez. I say just try it. You know, like I bought this fabric and I'm like, this fabric's so pretty, I want it for myself. I'm not really getting any orders or taking any orders at the moment anyways, because I'm back to work. So, I mean, I'll post it on my Facebook page that I have, which is called Crafting is My Serenity. I'll put it in the link below, or in the description below. But anyway, I'll post it on there just to be like, hey, look what I made myself, you know, whatever. And if anyone's interested, then they are more than welcome to ask me to make them one, and we'll just go from there. But I know I'm just rambling, but I don't have nothing else to do. I'm busy clipping. All right. I am so excited, guys. This is, you don't even know. Okay. All right, now this time I am going to try to move this out of the way and top stitch like this. But I do want to start, I'm going to start right here where when we close our zipper, that's where it's going to be. The tail end is over here. I'm going to start at this end, kind of close to one of these seams so it's not as noticeable. All right, this looks hard. It can be a little hard, but it's not that bad. I'm actually going to pause the video, put my other foot back on, and then do it. It's easier for me. So 1 second. All right, I'm back. We got our regular zipper foot on, or regular foot on. Let's get back to it. Again, I'm starting at the side where my zipper will close when it's closed. I'm gonna put my stitch length up to about a 4, 4.5, something like that. Back stitching right there. This time I'm really going to take my time and make sure it's nice and pretty. I mean, I try to do that all the time, but sometimes I slack. Do a little adjusting. Especially right here in the front. This is the front of the bag I'm going to cross right now. Not that the back isn't important, but the front is, you know, what's going to be showing the most. Okay. I'm not back stitching anywhere. I'm just stitching away. I don't like to back stitch too much when I'm top stitching. Make sure your zipper is out of the way. Move these out of the way so I can let the zipper fall open where it needs to be. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more adjusting here. Okay. Make sure your lining is pushed back out of the way also. You don't want it all bunched up and caught. Getting there. I am so excited to see this bag. So excited. Make sure everything's out of the way. Looks like we're good. Pull that down a little. Make sure those D-rings are flipped out of the way so you don't sew over them. I'm gonna do some back stitching. Awesome. Okay. Okay. So exciting. I just want to zip it again. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, that just went down my shirt. I may end up making this a little bit shorter. It's a bit long. I don't know. We'll see. But now, why can't I unzip it? It was like that earlier. It's not even that close to my zipper either. Ugh. Oh, it's where those side seams are. That's because they're thick. I'm gonna break my zipper. What the heck? Oh. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna reach in and pull my zipper pocket out. Not my lining, just my zipper pocket. So that's what we got. Reach in there and grab the bottom of your lining pieces. Make sure you got it all. And pull those through. We can push the zipper pocket out of the way. So here's the bottom of our lining now, and this will work. Good deal. I haven't drawn the lines on here yet, which I did on the other one, and I do want to do. I'm just gonna do it, and you can just watch me. I don't want to pause the video again. Let me look and see what the seam allowance was. If I can get back to it. It was like a, there it is. Start 3/4 instead of 3/8. This time we're stopping and starting 3/4. So I'm just doing a 3/4 inch mark all the way around. And then where the corners meet up is where I start and stop. So that is what I'm doing. Okay. All right, this is gonna be a little bit different, but not much, because you can still see your side panels right here. It's still a big rectangle, so it's no different. We just shoved it and pulled it through that zipper. We're gonna go ahead and do right sides together, just like we did the exterior. Shove this in here, and I'm gonna pin it and start and stop at that line that I drew. So it's gonna be kind of hard here. Let me flip it around so I can see what I'm doing. You're gonna have to move stuff around to get it to lay just right, but you can do it. Gosh, if I can do it, anybody can do it, right? Okay, I'm just gonna start clipping. I know you can't see anything, sorry. You can always fast forward. Isn't that awful? I'm like, watch my videos, but you can fast forward through them. Oh, you know. Okay, let's turn a little. All right, I'm just gonna sew. Seems like a big seam allowance. I don't know if I'm gonna go that far just because I don't want to. That seems crazy to me. I'm sure there's a reason, right? All right, adjust as you go because it's gonna wanna wrinkle up. Oh, I never turned my stitch length back down. Oops. Okay. Snag my fingernail. All right, so we got the one side. Scoot back over here. We got the one side done, just like we did on the exterior. We're gonna grab it and right sides together with the other long side. And flip it. Whew. So you can see this is the bottom panel right here, and this is your side, you know, your long edge. I'm gonna flip it so you can see those stitch lines so you know where to start and stop. Okay. I feel like I'll probably more than likely make another one of these. It was really easy to put together, even though I screwed it up. I really like it. Kudos to Bagstock because they have an awesome pattern. Okay. Okay, there's that. We just got the two sides. And then we'll just sew up that zipper pocket and we'll be done. All right, ugh. Get these side ones done here. Yeah, I should have paid attention to the stitch. Ooh, I went way too far. I went all the way to the end. How did I manage that? Really? Oh, no, I didn't. My bad. I just wasn't stretching it right. Okay. Oh, goodness. Here we go. One more side, you guys. We're getting there. Clip, clip, clip. Whew. Ouch, my finger was under there. That's silly. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna trim these seam allowances down really quick. And then we're gonna shove the lining back inside itself. Okay, I need to get it down here. Okay. Give me just a second here. Not pretty, but it'll work. Okay, after you've trimmed your seam allowances, shove it right back in your, put you up. Again, you probably can't see. Shove it back in that zipper pocket. Back inside your bag. All right, that's what you got. Your zipper pocket's still sticking out. Woo! Okay, well, remember how we folded it under that 1/2 inch and then we sewed it all together? Doing that kind of helps give it a start to fold in on itself, basically. I'd recommend pressing it just so you have that pressed seam, so when you get to this area, it's already kind of pressed for you. You don't have to mess with it too much. But anyway, just fold those edges in so they look like so. And we're just gonna sew across at, I don't know, 1/4, 8. Pretty sure the instructions say 1/8 of an inch. That? I heard a big squeaky noise. Was that me? What's the matter, buddy? Okay. I'm just shoving this zipper pocket back inside the bag. I think it was me, Pops. Poor dog. Okay. Okay, I have it shoved back in. I'm gonna zip that up. And our bag is done. So exciting. Okay, I'm gonna unclip these. That is our inside, if you can even see in it. Very, very neat. I probably will cut that a little. All right, let me up you a little bit more. Sorry. Very adorable. That is the back side. And I'm not done yet. I'm going to pause the video again to figure out how exactly to put my straps on for the backpack part. And then I'll come back on and do that. But it's our pocket, zipper. You know, I could put cash in here if I'm traveling and like important stuff in there. And then this is where it'll go on my luggage through here. And I'll do an intro, now that I've remembered. And I will actually put it on my luggage so you guys can see what it looks like. But then we got a little pocket here for stuff. So cool. And water, do I have a water bottle? I do. Boop. Water bottle, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video again really quick and then we're gonna put the straps on and we'll be done. Okay, so I totally screwed up and made my strap connector, adjustable strap things off camera on accident. My bad. But you'll have two. I don't know if it really matters which end goes where, but I'm gonna put the regular thin end up top on both of them. And then this one I'm gonna put down below. If I can get it on there. I guess it spins. I don't have to be perfect here. Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have our straps and then we have the adjustable straps. I'm sure it's not set up for me exactly. Oh my gosh. Can I even figure out how to put this thing on? Okay. Okay, let's see. Ah. How cute is that? Adorable. Okay. Whew. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I have done worse. Okay, so that was the last thing, I believe, that I had to do. So I'm going to go ahead, stop the video now, and make my intro for it. And I hope you had fun watching. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. I'm super excited. I think it turned out great. Oh, you know what? Let me grab 1 second. The Beast, which the piping looks awful. Don't look at it. Isn't that just cute? That's my little set. I have this big duffel bag. I did do a video on this. It was a live one, but it was almost 4 hours. It was crazy long time. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and film my intro. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.